Hey guys, welcome to Homestead Prepping and Survival. Well, I've been talking about it for a couple of months. Finally, after church today, went and got this thing taken apart from my brother's place and didn't have a helper, so it took me a little longer than it probably should have, but it's 20 by 20, so that'll make a pretty good sized greenhouse. Probably bigger than I would need, but either way, I'm fixing to get it unloaded off this trailer and maybe try to start putting it together. See what I can do. I've got all the screws that was used with it. He had rebar. That's what the word I was looking for. Come over here and show you. Old rebar down here that was driven in 3 different points on each main frame that sits on the ground. So I'm fixing to start getting it unloaded, get it put where I want it, I think, which it could be moved. It's not that heavy. I could easily move it with a vehicle or tractor or whatever, but what I'm thinking, I want to look and see where that is. So you see where I've got the metal right here. I'm thinking about putting it from that edge back this way, which would bring it about to where I'm standing. And that'll give me a good 20 by 20. It's straight across from the mini barn, so I wouldn't have that far to go. My idea is to frame up each end and build a door on each end so I can get airflow through it if I need to. Strip all the framing out with 1x2s and order some GreenHouse plastic and cover it. So all that's new to me. I'm sure I'll be learning and trying to make improvements, but I let the first 2 pins out. They're over there raising sand. I've already filled the feeders, but since I made the chicken run bigger, look, what I call a teenage rooster over there, he hasn't flown out, but guess what? He's out again. He got out yesterday, and after all I went to roost, I opened the gate and shoot him in there, and he ran on in. And I left him locked up in there today and let all the rest of them out. And he wasn't thrilled about that. And after about an hour, I finally walked out here and let him out. And he ain't even been out 30 minutes, and he's already gotten out the fence. So he is definitely going to be one of the ones that gets butchered when it's time to butcher, if he don't tick me off and I take him out ahead of time, because it just don't make no sense. Tired of chasing chicken, that same one. So anywho, I did not let the last pin out because, as y'all saw in the last video, Sue has got a limp and I don't want him being picked on by the big blue Orpington, and I don't want him to hurt himself or get hurt. So I'm gonna leave them locked up. I filled up all the feeders. I have not collected the eggs yet, and it sounds like the hen in that first laying box there is raising sand about laying an egg. So I got to get me a big fish net so I can catch him. It's hard to do it with that old swimming pool net, but either way, I just wanted to do a quick video and show y'all I've got the carport frame here, and I'm gonna try to get it unloaded, and if I can get it put together. I'd really like to have a second set of hands to line up each piece as you set the tops in place. It would make it, doable. I'm not sure that I can do that by myself, but I can put the sides together anyway. Take a sledgehammer and drive those rebar in the ground, and I know where my electrical wire is. It runs out to the rain, so I'm gonna avoid that and try to see what I can get done. It's a beautiful day today. It's got a lot of cloud cover, but it's probably in the low 60s to mid 60s. Beautiful day. So I'm gonna get out here and work a little bit. I might get back on here and show y'all what I get done. If not, I appreciate y'all watching. Okay guys, show you what I got done. It's screwed together enough that it won't come apart. And I put a level on each upright through, find my finger, all right, on all of these, on both sides, to make sure they were pretty close to square up and down. It don't have to be perfect, but I did. And I've got the rebar driven in all but about a foot, all 3 pieces, so it won't move. I just got to finish that and get some more diagonal supports. I was missing 4 pieces, which he didn't have them when he had it put together at his place. So I can probably get some unistrut or something and just put up 4 little pieces of that to help hold the angle. But it looks pretty good. It's strong. I don't think it's going to move anywhere, especially with 6 pieces of rebar driven 2.5 feet in the ground. At least it ought to hold for a little bit. But long ways to go. Got the frame, but it's a long ways from being a greenhouse. But if you've got any imagination, imagine stripping it out with 1x2s all the way across the top and sides, framing out both ends, and building a door on both ends. And my plan is to have raised beds on one side, which will probably be this side over here, because it gets the sun earliest. So, you know, it'll get it the earliest and throughout the whole day, where this side gets in the shade first because the sun sets right over there. So this side gets a little bit more sun. And I can do the raised beds on that side for potatoes or tomatoes, whatever I want to grow over there, and then do the potting soil bench over on this side. And I might do a raised bed on this side with a smaller potting bench. I don't know, but either way, I need a place to get my seeds started and stuff, and to be able to grow some things during our milder parts of the winter and so on. So that's the idea. Frame out both ends. I'm hoping to put some type, let me turn it, some type of frame up here with maybe a ventilation fan to pull air through. And all I have to do is open one of the doors, like the opposite end of the door, turn the fan on, blowing out, and that would give me plenty of air circulation through that building if it gets too hot in our South Georgia summers. But I think it looks pretty good. I mean, this thing went through a straight line wind, you know, type deal for my brother and messed the metal up, and he was replacing it and decided he wasn't going to. So the second rung from this end leans that way a little more than the other 4 do. Not a big deal. Still structurally fine. I got to finish putting all the screws in it over the next few days, and start getting lumber bought to strip the whole thing out. So that's kind of the idea. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it already stripped or if I'm gonna buy some 2x and strip them myself. That'd be a lot of work if I strip them myself, just, you know, cause I'm by myself. But anyway, I'm gonna get my ladder put up, my tools put up, and call it a day, because it's about to get dark, and I got the old teenage rooster to run back into the pen once everybody else went to roost. So all is good. I collected the eggs. I think I didn't count them all. I'm probably around the 14, which is my average. So not a bad day. I'm gonna get off here, get my tools put up, and get inside, because I've got a lot of house chores to do tonight in order to be ready for the week. So y'all remember what I always tell you: Jesus loves you, and so do I. If any of y'all that want to come to South Georgia and, you know, help build the lean-to on this side, or finish this greenhouse, or get that 50-foot tower put together and stood up over there, you know, I got plenty of projects. Y'all come on. Be good, y'all.